Hey, welcome back to Blanchy Talks Watches. Today for review we have the absolutely stunning Solas Starlight. Now for those of you who don't know, Solas is an Irish brand, and you can see there on the dial, I'll try to get a close up there, it says Derta in Éireann, which in Gaelic or Irish means styled in Ireland. Now this watch is unfortunately sold out and has been for some time, but I was lucky enough to get my hands on this sample to show you guys. Now, I'm absolutely thrilled to get my hands on this. I've been following this since long before it even launched on Kickstarter, through the forums and through the design process, and it is just incredible in person. I don't normally dive straight into a dial, but look at that. I mean, it's so hard to capture on camera. It looks amazing here, but you can't see what I'm seeing in the room, and in person it is absolutely beautiful. Now this isn't something I really thought I'd like as much as I do. I thought it might be a bit flashy or something, but in person it is very, very sparkly, but not in a gaudy way, in a subdued kind of, just a movement on your wrist. Okay, enough fawning over it, let's get into the specs. So the case size is 38mm. Yeah, just over 38. The height is 9.7, so it's a nice thin dress watch. 9.95 is coming here, but the official specs say 9.7. Sapphire crystal front and back. The movement is a H5000A, which of course, for those of you who don't know, is a micro rotor movement. This is pretty special. You don't see many micro rotor movements about. Another example is the ugly watch company Ristomark 2, which I actually have as well. So it's funny, I have two of a rare movement in at the same time. This movement has 42-hour power reserve, and it's 28,800 beats per hour. Water resistance on this is 50 meters. Not a lot, but look, it's a dress watch. You're not exactly going to go deep sea diving in it. The lug width then is 20 millimeters. And the lug to lug, I believe, is 44. So it's a nicely proportioned watch. 44. Nothing too out there in terms of the sizing, but that movement is a real stunner. Another thing that really stands out in this watch is the strap. It is a very unusual strap. It's not like any other strap I've ever come across before, and when they said they were going to use this material, I was hesitant. I didn't know how it'd feel, how it'd look. This is genuine salmon skin on the upper part of the strap, and then the underside is Italian full grain calf leather, so it's lovely and smooth and supple, with the frankly fascinating top of salmon. It's just, it's hard to draw attention away from that dial without having something that's really in your face, and this strap does it. I find myself just staring at the scales, and it's just beautiful, and it's so unusual. I have so many different straps, from high quality leather and NATO straps and rubber straps and silicone and all sorts of different ones, and this one just stands out from anything else I have. I have nothing even close to it, and it's just so subtle. From a distance it's just, a textured black leather strap, but it's just using those more unusual materials. Same as the dial is an adventuring dial, which again, I don't need to say it, it absolutely sparkles. Look at it, it's just beautiful. I'll try to get a close up, yeah. Look at that, the movement in it, it's alive is the best way to describe it. It's just every time you move, it really catches the light. So much more when you're out in natural sunlight. But again, it's not gaudy at all. It's not flashy. Well, I suppose it is flashy in the sense that there's thousands of tiny flashes of it, but it's not flashy in the negative sense of the word. This model here has the rose gold hands and indices. The Solas logos I quite like. It's like a handwriting font. There you go. There. The hands, I've seen on some of the other reviews, sometimes the hands appear black, and it's just because of the fastening on them. You can see it there. Half the hour hand disappears. That's more of a trick with the camera than anything else. In person, there's absolutely no issue at all reading the time on this, and only because I've been looking at it through the camera so much. Especially with pictures, I've noticed that sometimes the hands just seem to disappear, and I look at the watch in my hand, and then I look at it on the camera, and on the camera it looks like there's no hands, and in my hand I can clearly see the time. So that is one thing that I think was, I don't want to say unfairly portrayed, but it did come across in some of the pictures I'd seen originally. You know, I was worried about legibility, and it's just an absolute non-issue, because it's so clear. Yeah, you can play with that for hours. So, as I said, this is fully sold out, but how much did it go for? So the full retail price was €549, and you know, purely based on specs, I think that's a great price. Take it beyond the specs, it's an absolute steal. But what was really a steal was the Kickstarter early bird price of €329. That's insane value, and I think this is a real positive story for a Kickstarter launched brand. Early bird was $329. I think it went up to something like $369 or $400 maybe, and then the full price was $549. And that full price was a genuine full price, so they did sell out the rest of the models at that price. Sometimes you see with some brands on Kickstarter, it appears to be a great deal because it's got an inflated recommended retail price, but this was not the case for this model. This sold out at full price, and I can easily see why. $549 for this. It's an absolute bargain for what you're getting. Now onto that movement. One of the Kickstarter stretch goals was blue screws, which you can see there adds a nice bit of contrast to the movement, which is already a beautiful movement. The engraved rotor or etched rotor as well is a nice touch. I just think this is an absolutely gorgeous movement anyway. So the little touches they've done to it really make it stand out. It's nice having some engravings on the case back. So Starlight, UIMH, which is for Iver, which is the Irish word for a number. This is 000 being the review sample. So this watch was available with or without a date. This version obviously doesn't have the date. I know a lot of people are a fan of dates, but I'm not. So I'm glad I got the one without the date to review. Now we'll try it on for size. Now my wrist is 7¼ inches, and at 38mm it is small for what I normally wear. But that being said, it just fits beautifully. Nice slim profile. You can see the texture of the strap there. Buckle also engraved. It's very nice and very secure. No issues at all, no noise. You can tell it's a very high quality clasp on it. But yeah, smaller than normally wear, but for a dress watch, I think it is the perfect size. You'll have no problem getting this under a shirt cuff, and you don't want something that's too big. I do wear smaller watches, 4 dress watches of down to I think 35mm even, but this at 38 is a nice size, especially because there's no bezel on it. You get all that real estate used on that absolutely stunning dial. So this came with a 2-year warranty. As far as I know, there was very few warranty repairs needing to be done, and I believe the owner actually did them himself. I remember he posted a video once on social media of him repairing a very minor issue. So it's great to see such a hands-on owner, and I know he was doing some tests himself with glue and screws and things like that to really get an understanding, and it's brilliant to see someone so passionate about it, and not just, this isn't just a money-making scheme. Scheme is a poor word. This isn't a money making operation. It's a labour of love, and I think that really comes across in the quality of the watch, as well as the customer service I've seen online has been all positive. So really stands to the brand for what they're trying to achieve. Now, as I have said a few times, this is fully sold out, and I am not allowed to keep this one, unfortunately. I really wish I was, and to be honest, I didn't think I'd want one of these, and when it was available for €329, I could have bought one. I was well aware it was out there, but I just thought, 38mm dress watch, it's not what I want, it's not what I wear, I'm not getting one. And now seeing it in the flesh, I still don't have €329 to spare, but I think if it was on Kickstarter now, I'd have to sell a few watches or do something and raise the funds, because this is just absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to be really, really sorry to have to send it back, because I've really, really enjoyed having it for the past few weeks. It's been such a beautiful piece, even just sitting at the desk typing and getting the reflection off the screen, lighting up that dial. It's just beautiful, and I've fallen for this one hard. If you can't tell, I really, really do like this. Now, what's next for Solas? They have a new dive watch coming out. I think it's going to be in 2022. Not too sure. I know there's been delays for everything, every brand with COVID and everything else going on in the world. But the new diver is going to be called the Equinox Diver, and I've seen some renderings, and it is going to be stunning. Again, they're going to launch it on Kickstarter, so if you're interested, Kickstarter is absolutely the place to get it, because there will be a very tasty discount on it. So yeah, look, with that, I'm going to finish the video. I'll put links to everything in the description as always. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much to Solas for letting me get my hands on this absolute beauty. And I know it sounds a bit silly, but I'm really proud that this has come from an Irish brand, being such a stunning timepiece. So yeah, look, drop a like, comment, and please do subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.